Hello, in this short video we're going to be looking at random encounters and how we can set up a table to generate a number of random encounters for us. So we first of all need to set up our random encounters and we do this by clicking on the encounters button in the right hand menu. If you don't see encounters in the right hand menu, then click on the library button and you'll be taken to this dialog up here, and you can see that encounters has been ticked. If we untick it, encounters will disappear, but if we tick it again, then we get the encounters back. So click on encounters. This would bring us to your normal encounter dialog, but we want a random encounter, so we need to create one and click on this random button at the very top here, and that opens the random encounters dialog. We create a random encounter in the same way as we do for a lot of things in Fantasy Grounds by clicking on the edit list button down the bottom here and then clicking on the green add item. And this brings us up a new random encounter. Click on the title and we're just going to call this one Orcs. And then we need to populate the encounter with our NPCs. Open up our NPCs dialog. I've already filtered this one out to Orc just to save a bit of time, and we just populate this by dragging whatever NPC you want and dropping on the encounter. Instead of the normal encounter, which would just show a 1 here at this point, we've got this little box which pops up, and this will accept a dice expression. You can do this by simply typing in the dice that you want, or you can drag a dice, and let's say this we want 2d4, so let's drag in a d4, right click to add another one, and then just drop it into the box to give us 2d4 orcs. Now we can continue adding in more to this encounter, so let's suppose we want an orc war chief or 2. Let's drop in our orc war chief. Now we don't want too many of these, so let's supposing we want 1d3 minus 1 orcs. So this will give us a number between 0 and 2 orc war chiefs. And we may also want an Orc Eye of Grumsh in this encounter as well, so let's drag him in, put him in here, but we only want 1, so we can just put in a 1 into there, and that's our encounter done. We generate the encounter by clicking on the generate button at the bottom here. So if we do that, we'll see that it's come up with 5 orcs, 1 Orc Eye of Grumsh and 2 Orc War Chiefs. And you'll also notice that Fantasy Grounds has calculated the challenge rating for the encounter and also the experience points total as well. So that's it, we've created our encounter. Now we want to get this into a table so that we can generate an encounter from a number of different possibilities for this area that the PCs are going to be in at the moment. So let's shut this down for the moment, and we'll keep that one here, and let's create a table. So we go into the tables menu and we click on the edit list button as usual, and we've got 2 options this time. One is to just create a new item, and the other is to create a table by size. So let's create a table by size. Click on the button. We get the radial menu here, which means we can select the number of rows. At this one we're going to click 4 rows. And then this is the step, which basically means that if we selected a step 2, then we would re-rolling a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, 6, a 6, 7, or a 7, 8, etc. So in this one, we are just going to create a step of 1. So this is giving us a table with 4 rows, and with each rows being just a number that will be rolled, and this will be give us the result that we want. So we can give our table a name. Let's just call this one random encounter, whatever we want. And we can also give it a description, and obviously you can make this whatever you desire, something that's a bit more descriptive than just that. And we can also give it a label, which will be the result of whatever we have. You can type in anything there you want. And then we want to add in our encounters into this table here. So if we get to our random encounters, here's our orcs one. So all we're going to do is just drag this in and drop it into the 1-1 line. And if so, on a d4, if a 1 is rolled, this is going to pop up this particular encounter for our use. And I've created another couple of encounters here just to fill this in quickly. We've got some bandits, we've got some goblins, and in each case we just drag and drop these into the table on the line that we want this to appear. So that's basically it. We've got our random encounter table. Now if we want to test this out now, we make a die roll. And we'll see in chat that it's rolled a 3, and so we've got goblins. And if we click on this in the chat, we bring up our random goblin encounter. We can now generate this encounter, and then if we wanted to, well, we would want to, wouldn't we? We can go to our combat tracker and simply drag in the encounter, and it'll populate the combat tracker with those orcs, or with those goblins. So that's basically it, really. That's how you would create random encounters and a table to generate those encounters, or to pick one of the encounters that you've created. Obviously this can be as long or as big or as complicated as you like. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.